29.
28.
27.
26.
25.
24.
23.
22. 21.
20.
19.
18.
17.
16.
15.
14.
13. 12.
11.
10.
8.
6.
6. What happened to 7?
7.
5.
4.
3.
2. 1.
0.
I'm trying to untangle my fucking headphone cord. Somehow, oh shit. Somehow my headphone cord got wrapped all the way around everything else here and was wrapped around the arm of my gaming chair here. Jesus Christ. Well, it's St. Patrick's Day and I had a green shirt on and then I remembered green screen and sat down and was like, ah, shit, that's why we didn't start right at 8:30. We started at 8:32 because I was like, I sat down, I'm like, yeah, let's go live. And I realized that you could only see my head. So I ran back upstairs and I grabbed a different shirt and a sweatshirt. So hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. I'm going to tell you, you guys have got to start hitting the like button. Videos where I've got 300 to 500 views on a video and like 16 likes. Unacceptable. I am very disappointed in all of you. So hit the like button on this because the more, I still don't know where the fuck I put that green knife. I think it's over there somewhere, but it got mixed around with some stuff. So let me see. Let me see if I can find it. But what I was saying is we got to start making sure we hit the like button. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. I found it. It was not as buried as I thought. Hitting the like button is going to definitely bring more people to this live feed if you start hitting a like. Now, I am doing a giveaway tonight, but you have got to be a subscriber to even win, and I'm not doing it for the first hour. So we're going to do it at the beginning of the second hour. So I'll announce I'll tell you what we're going to give away. I'm giving away that gray CJRB, the gray CJRB pyrite in that smoke gray. So this one, the pyrite with the smoke gray handles. So we're going to be giving it away. We're going to be giving that away tonight. And I do know that I gave stuff away last time and I still haven't shipped it out because we only have the one car right now. So my wife's car's in the shop. So my wife has the car. Like tonight, my wife is, even if I wanted to do something for St. Patrick's Day, my wife's got the car. So that's kind of what it is. I do know that I owe Justin Thurman his prize. I've got his address and everything. So I will be giving this away tonight, but not for a little bit because I want the views. And if you're not a subscriber, you ain't gonna fucking win it. I don't foresee a lot of people being here, though. That's the problem. Because I imagine that Bees is still live. And I imagine a lot of people are at a bar. I do have to tell you something. So I have a friend that is the manager of a bar in Indiana. And I can't remember the name of the bar. But I can't remember the actual name of the bar, but it's like Hophead's Bar and Grill or something like that. But he said tonight's live feed on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, Bees is still live. That's what I figured. Like I don't know what to do. So if you guys want to go over and let Bees know, or let the folks on Bees know that I'm live, and here in about like 45 minutes or so, I'm going to start announcing the giveaway. That's fine. And I did find the stealth knife because it disappears. So it doesn't really even exist. So no, I'm not doing. Fuck. If you drop $100, I will give you a 3-minute video of me doing the didgeridoo, and I will post a link to it in the Gilded server. I will do that, but I'm not doing it tonight. So, but yeah, that knife just completely disappears. See, I don't. You know what? I'm just going to stop giving a fuck about other people's channels. Like, I shifted to 8:30 on Friday night because I didn't want to step on B's toes and I didn't want to have people to have to make the decision. But if if everybody's going to be live at the same time, fuck it. I'm going to go back to 7:30 because 8:30 is a pain in the ass on a fucking Friday night. I don't know if you guys know that. There are so many other things I would be doing right now. I don't remember what city it's in. Oh, shit. Fuck. All right, hang on a second. I'm not doing it here. But every donation over $20 gets a didgeridoo. So let me. I can't even do it. I can't do a didgeridoo. I can't ever make it do that. Somebody says you just put your lips in it and blow, but that's what it sounds like. I don't know. Fuck it. There's your didgeridoo. It's the most annoying fucking thing I've ever gotten for the channel. So in lieu of that, there you go. Oh, why isn't that working? Turn that shit down. I hate the didgeridoo. No, I'm not being like, I'm not trying to be pissy or anything, but if like everybody's gonna go live at the same fucking time, I'm not gonna continue to push this off till 8:30. Yes, I will do it, but I'm not doing it tonight. Let me see if I can get this. It takes practice apparently, but I'm not the kind of person that is that patient. It doesn't sound like anything to me. That's all it sounds like to me. So I don't know. I looked up videos on how to do it. I tried to do it. It doesn't sound right to me. I don't know. So yeah, Rocky said just put your lips in it and blow. And when you just put your lips in it and blow. It just sounds like a fart. Fart flute is not greater than bells. We got 6 new knives this week. Let's see. I'm looking at this. Yeah, the thing is though, like I can't complete with bees. If I do it at 7:30, I'll have 6 people here. Like literally. So yeah, if you guys want to go over and let the folks over at Bees Blades know that I am going to do a giveaway tonight, I absolutely would do that. I would absolutely appreciate that because
you know what? Fuck them.
It's gotten to a point like every time I post something, like somebody's posting something at the exact same time. And like I'm like, fuck, these channels are getting like I don't get it. Like I started my channel way before, and I'm not being petty, and I'm not complaining about the fact. I'm happy that they've got that many subscribers. I'm just like, I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't see what I'm doing different, and I'm not getting the subscribers that they are. And I think it's because I don't give away stuff. So guess what? We're gonna change that. I'm gonna start giving away stuff. Jeff Holman. I'm trying to look through this. Just in from bees. Yeah, well, you don't have to leave bees shit. Like you can stick around. I'm not doing it for a little bit. My giveaway is not going to be for a little bit. About 45 minutes from now, I'll announce what the giveaway code is. Oh, that reminds me. I've got to pull up the giveaway tool. Bear with me just for a second. StreamYard giveaway tool. That's what up here. StreamYard giveaway tool. Open that up. And then choose a broadcast, subscriber only giveaway. That's got it pulled up. Okay. So yeah, no, that's I just didn't want you guys to think that you like had to come over here because I'm not doing a giveaway for a little bit. Because I know that's what a lot of people come into the videos for. And that's why I'm reaching out to companies to get free shit. So I figure, you know what? If you can't beat them, play their game. That's what it takes for me to get subscribers and get people on the channel and get people interested in the new stuff. Guys, I'm thirsty. Sorry. I didn't drink another evening that I realized right as I'm getting ready to do the live feed that I have not drank anything for a while. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm thirsty. So I went and made myself another thing of Crunch Time Lemonade. So be selfish, Mike. Take all the views. I will. I would like to. I'm trying to do something. I'm working on a couple things that may help. And speaking of being selfish, in the vein of being selfish, this, even though I forgot to put it on the thing, I'll have to go in retroactively and do it, is a sponsored video. So here is a quick word from this video's sponsor.
Guys, I have made it abundantly clear that I live my life purely fueled on caffeine and inappropriate thoughts, so it only makes sense that I would partner with a company like Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is providing you coffee that is roasted to order, delivered to your door with no politics. We get enough politics in our day-to-day life. We don't need it in our entertainment or in our breakfast beverages. So go check out description down below. There is a link to Coffee Brand Coffee. Save 5%. You can also use my coupon code CrazySharp when you order. It directly supports the channel. Big shout out. Thanks to Coffee Brand Coffee for sponsoring this video.
And it's absolutely really cool of them that they did it. The owner of the company actually reached out to me and told me he was opening up the partnership program so that I could join. And I'm definitely drastically trying right now to get this to work. There is my link to Coffee Brand Coffee if any of you would like to try it out. They actually have got 3,200, 3,100, 3,200 of the reviews are all 5 stars. Like 3,100 5-star reviews. And the company's only been open for a little while. So Jeremy is dope. Haven't forgot to text you, by the way. Bro, like, honestly, like, I honestly don't care who it is. Like, absolutely, I'm cool with keeping your identity a secret. I know Nick Shabaz's actual identity and job, and I have never told anyone. So Murky just dropped a bunch of them. So, but we have some crazy shit to look at. You guys want to look at some crazy shit? And when I say crazy, coffee show. Nice. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I'll take all the super chats too. You guys want to drop super chats? It's fine. I would like everybody to join the membership. If everybody joined the membership, I'd be providing a little bit more. But I know you just already have my number in your phone. Well, that's fine. Just text me. Like, I won't say anything. Like, it would be, I'm working my way that direction. But I wanted to show you some of the crazy shit that we're going to have on the channel here before too long. Look at that shit. Believe that? I'm working my way to the bell. Working my way to the bell. Can you give me just a second? The bell isn't within reach. This was. For the coffee show. Did I miss another one? I gave Murky didgeridoo and. Oh, what the crap. Well, I got one that's even better. Look at that. You're going to see these on the channel. We're going to do a video about crazy fucking high school me wants things video. This one has a very unique carrying case. And then there are a couple others. There's this one, which is actually kind of cool. This one actually feels, I will tell you, these feel way better made than I thought they were going to. So I don't know the names on these. But this was a first production run, the Signature series. I don't know what this one is called. Yeah, they're all Gil Hibbins. So a buddy of mine, the fart flute is a pain in the ass. My buddy there was one knife out of this bunch that my buddy wanted. It was one he had wanted since high school. A couple of them are actually sharp, Nathan. So a buddy of mine had wanted one of these knives, one of the specific ones, since high school. And he found someone that was selling 4 separate ones for less than the one he wanted was actually worth. And so with that being said, he got the entire set and then told me that, like, there's one that he wanted and there's one that his buddy Jeff wanted, but the other 2 would go to me. So we're going to be giving a couple of them away. This is the one he wanted. And this is the Dragon. So okay, on the back of this box, this is the Dragon Lord. This is the Dragon Lord. The first one I showed you was the Hornet. And the one with all the 3 fucking things on it is not listed on here. So I don't know what that one is. So I don't know. But Gil Hibbin. Oh, okay, you did. Okay, so you did mark it that it's not the. I thought you were mistaking Gil Hibbin with the Lyle, with Jimmy Lyle. I'll tell you a knife I always wanted. Have you guys ever watched the movie? I'm not sharpening these. Like, actually, they're worth more unsharpened. They're not worth a lot, but they are worth more unsharpened than they are sharpened. Has this one got the? So that one I showed you that was the nice one that came out, that was the Scorpion, and this crazy one is the Griffin. It's Gil is crazy. Gil has done some crazy ass designs. And no, I'm not sharpening them live, but I will give you a fine. I'll tell you what, I'll give you guys a there. Is that better?
I hope y'all are fucking happy, because that fucking thing makes my lips tingle. I did that the other day, trying to teach myself, and my lips itched. You ever had itchy lips? It fucking sucks.
That's when I have anything. When I have anything that I don't, anything that I get upset about you guys at, I'm definitely going to. It sounds like my Subaru at a cold start. It is a kangaroo flute. I would thank you, sir, to use the correct terminology. No, it's not. I'm not happy. What's not happy? I don't. Again, it makes sense. Fully hilt so you don't. I never did cocaine. I don't know. Somebody told me that makes your lips tingle. I'm not sure what's going on. Either that fucking kangaroo flute made my lips tingle or I'm having a stroke. I don't know what's going on. A poot flute. Kangaroo, Australia, same thing. I don't know. Have you guys ever had? I was going to tell you guys, since it is St. Patrick's Day. I was going to say I would have. There's one beer in my refrigerator. It's been in there for a while, and I was going to drink it. And I was like, why would I drink it now? Like just because it's St. Patrick's Day. But fucking kangaroo flute screwed my mustache all up. One of my really good friends. Why am I yelling? I don't understand why I'm yelling. One of my really good friends the other day posted up something on Instagram, and he was like, why do we always drink to celebrate? Like, why is it like you have to drink to have a good time? Why is that? Why has that become the standard of celebration? And I literally was like, oh, I should get that beer out and drink it. And I was like, why? I've had a good time on all these live feeds and I haven't had a drink. Why do I need to have a drink to celebrate? Like, that's just ridiculous. That is the thinking that causes people to have into alcoholism and drug addiction and things like that. I'm like, why do I need that? Did you guys see that it has happened again? Somehow I didn't do this on purpose, but I now have a forked beard. Completely unintentional. Why am I yelling? Continues yelling. Am I yelling? Is it loud? I can turn the volume down like this. Is that better? And then I can really yell, and it's not that loud. I didn't think it was that loud, but thanks for reminding me that I'm yelling. You had 10 shots of mezcal today. I enjoy watching everyone else drink. I was going to say, I was going to tell you guys, like, we should tell drinking stories. But I really think about it. The times that I had the most fun were the times that I was designated driver. I honestly did have so much more fun watching my drunk friends be stupid. And I don't know if you guys realize how stupid some of you are when you're drunk. You're going to, but I was going to bring whiskey over. Like now, you know what? Now you have, like, if you don't text me, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Text me right now so I can see who this is. I won't say anything about it. But I'm going to just ignore everything you say, and I will make sure you're not eligible for the giveaway. Unfair. Unfair. I dig it too, and it happened completely by accident. I was upstairs, and my beard was all crazy, and I wet it, and I brushed it, and I put beard oil in it, and it just did that on its own. And I was like, I guess it just wants to do that. It's like I have a really long mustache. We'll just do that. We'll just do that. Hey, somebody just bought coffee. I made a referral sale. $64. Let's see the dashboard. Can I see who it was? Well, I cannot see who it was. Sometimes some of these affiliate stores actually will. Did Jeremy plug my channel? No, I would like him to. That would be amazing. It would be amazing if he shouted out the channel, but the fact that he personally reached out to me about this. Well, see, I don't know. I think I may have had you in my old phone because it did not pop up with a name. I had 2 phone numbers. I had an old phone number. Text the other number if you had my phone number before. Holy shit. Hang on a second. Let me grab my other phone. I got to bounce something. I have to bounce the number against the. God damn it. So, oh, that was your order. Okay. BF what was BF? What? I don't know. Is that best friend vinegar? I tend to have people try to pickpocket or mug me when I drink. Oh, here's one. I threw myself across a table to a Mexican restaurant where a friend said something stupid, and I had my hands around his neck before they pulled me off. My days in the Navy. Yeah. I woke up on the ship one day with very sore wrists. And I woke up and I woke up and I realized, I'm like, fuck. Oh no. And I realized that I get ready to roll out of my rack and GM3 Palmer is right next to me. And he looked at me and I was like, did I get in trouble last night? And he goes, yes, you did. And I was like, are you my drunk watch? He goes, yes, I am. I was like, did I get really stupid? He goes, well, they pulled you out of the paddy wagon by the cuffs. And I was like, that explains the wrists. I'm trying to make this. There we go. I'm trying to bring this up. I'm trying to see here. Damn it. Now I'm curious. I'm curious to see here. Contacts. Search. Well, I think Jesus Christ. Okay, I know who it is. I had a sneaking suspicion that it was. That's what I thought. Congratulations. That's a nice new business. I looked at the website. It looks pretty cool. You may have to send me some laces, buddy, now that I know who it is. Should also go over and check out. Let's see here. Did I miss anything? I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything big. Got roofied for real. I got roofied for real one time too. I used to get taken back to I had friends that worked at security and I got arrested so many times and they just got tired of me getting it. My friends were like, man, this fucking sucks because they were no longer on a ship and they worked at security. I was still on the ship and they were like, this really sucks because we want to hang out with Mike. And every time we take him back to ship, he gets in trouble and then he's in trouble and he can't get off the ship for like a week because they put me on Charlie Liberty for getting taken back in the paddy wagon. And so they started, thank you very much. That's what you get. So my friends that worked at security just started taking me to my house. They would literally take me to my apartment when I lived in the apartment. They would take me up to the house when I moved into the house in the paddy wagon, like they violating the rules. They would drive me up the hill and shit. And so one night I was on shore patrol and I was at E5. So I was second class at the time. And I'm in the back of a paddy wagon. And the old paddy wagon in Sasebo, Japan was a van that had wooden seats in it. And, I'm sitting in there and I'm on shore patrol when our dress whites. And if you've ever seen dress whites, they're like a polyester material and they're really slippery. And these wooden seats had been sanded smooth by the ass of numerous drunk sailors. And I'm in the back and there's a senior chief back there. And he's like, hey, we had all went back and he was senior shore patrol and he's riding back with us. And he goes, so if you guys know, shore patrol is in addition to security, the ships provide personnel to go out and make sure that this personnel don't get in trouble. And they can get them sent back. They can get them a taxi. They can get them a courtesy ride back. Or if they're really drunk, they get put in a paddy wagon and taken back to the ship as a drunk. So at any rate, I'm in the paddy wagon. And this senior chief sitting there and he goes, wow, it's really hard to stay on these seats in these slippery white pants. And I looked at him and I was like, senior chief, you should try it with your handcuffs, your hands cuffed behind your back in a puddle of your own vomit. And he looked at me and the sliding window in the paddy wagon opened up and it was my friend Bird. And he goes, is that fucking Emler back there? And I was like, hey, what's up, Bird? And he was like, you really have been like arrested that many times that the guys at security know you? And they were like, Bird is like looking through the window in the paddy wagon into the back. And he goes, senior chief, this is pretty much Mike's personal taxi. Like about every fucking Friday night, he winds up in the back of this thing and we're taking him back to his house. And he's like, Jesus Christ. More fart flute. All right, let's try this. See if I can do an actual one this time.
I don't know how that sounds. Ooh, let's try this. That probably sounds fucking terrifying.
So, yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. There's your fart flute. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I remember one night we were out drinking and my buddy Mikey, Mikey Schmidt, little guy, we called him Little Mikey. He was tiny. Like he was a little bit bigger than Nico, the Hobbit. And there was this fucking massive dude at the bar that's giving him a lot of shit. He goes, "How about I just took your little ass out back and I beat the shit out of you?" He goes, "You're gonna have a hard time with that." The guy was like, "You don't look like much." And Mike grabbed one of those big, thick glass ashtrays and smashed it on his head and goes, "What do you fucking think about that?" And the dude was like, "I think I'm gonna buy you a beer and forget about everything that happened up till right now." And Mikey was like, "That's what I thought." And the guy turned around and he goes, "If I can hold my elbow, man, I'm about to fall down." I was like, "What?" He goes, "I almost knocked myself out with that." He's like, "I got to sit down, but I don't want to make it look like I got to sit down." He's like, "So just hold me up for a second." I was like, "Okay." The guy came back with a beer and Mikey grabbed it. And he was like, "Just fucking watch it." And he's like, "Okay." And he walked away and fucking Mikey's like, "All right, let's sit the fuck down." And Mikey's looking at me. He goes, "Bro, I can barely fucking see." I was like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "I may have to go to medical in the morning." I was like, "Good God." He grabbed this. And I mean, it was one of those square, like crystal ashtrays and just smashed it on the side of his head. He goes, "Yeah, what the fuck now?" And I was like, I was scared. And I was like, the dude turned his back. Mikey was like, "I'm about to fall down." Grab my elbow. I was like, what the fuck? It sounds like I shit myself. Yeah, I got to make one and I'll put a link to it. So yeah, it's really cool that we had to. I would. That is fucking that is awesome right now. Somebody needs to take a screenshot of that. Let me get that off the screen. Somebody needs to take a screenshot of that. That is I don't know. I don't know why it does it. It just wants to grow that way. But yeah, I think my chat froze up. Hang on a second. I may have to exit. My chat froze up and I can't do anything with it because I'm trying. Somebody drop a comment. Let me see if there we go. There we go. There we go. It just jumped a bunch. That's my new that's me new wallpaper. So yeah, so the 43 that you hear, we are going to give away. Did it what? I don't know what we did. I got a tooth knocked almost completely out of my head in a bar fight, and I wasn't involved in the fight, and I wasn't even drinking. I was designated driver and got a tooth fucking busted out of my head. We are going to give this away probably 30 minutes from now. When our next subscriber joins the stream. I don't know what you're talking about. So well, I just got a text from Temper Trails. I will get it figured out. Like I've offered it to a couple local businesses, and it's actually pretty cool that they're willing to do it. And I haven't held them to like any hard and fast terms and things like that. So that's a good tactic, Mike. Then give it away in 10 minutes. No. The member stream. Where do we go to join? There is no member stream. It's just this. Oh, when's our next subscriber? What? This is it. I'm trying to do the giveaway. You've got to be a subscriber. So if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, you're not even going to be able to enter the giveaway. Member stream. Where do we go to join? Where do we go to join it? There. This is the stream. This is subscribers only. The only people that can comment are subscribers. So if you're trying to drop a comment, you got to be a subscriber. I do have a Tekken beard, right? So, oh, member stream when we. Oh yeah, we'll do another one of those. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to do it. It takes a lot of bandwidth. That's the problem. So I have to pick a time to do it when my wife and daughter aren't like trying to share bandwidth. So maybe a Saturday. I gotcha. I see. Ah, yeah, I get it. You want to win. Cool. Hopefully you're a subscriber. Let's see. Did my subscriber count change? Give me a second and allow me to look. I want to see. I didn't check this. Channel dashboard, analytics, live count subscribers. So, I would like to see. Is it international friendly? No, I'm sorry, it's not. It is absolutely. Is that Bojo or Boho? Because I have a friend, as a matter of fact, Tempered Trails knows who I'm about to say. My friend Michelle and her uncle were on a ship together, and his name is Boho, B-O-J-O. But I always called him Bojo, like B-O-J-O-E, Bojo, because, well, it irritated him, and I thought it was funny. Great dude, by the way. Love that guy. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, it does. It's longer than it a lot of times it looks shorter than it actually is because it's compressed because I don't bother combing it or anything. But it looked really bad today, and so I combed it and I oiled it, and then it just decided it was going to do that. So it's just an extension of my mustache. But no, see that? That tooth broke off at an angle all the way to the gum line. I was in a bar in Sasebo, Japan, and I was designated driver, and I wasn't involved in the altercation, but a fight in the bar broke out, and I turned to look and see what had happened, what was going on, and I turned just in time for time to slow down. And I see the bottom of a beer bottle. And you know the little ridges on the bottom of a beer bottle around the outside edge? And then the little dimple area is like the little texturing on the inside. Just in time to see that with even like the glistening water from the condensation on the bottle as it hit me in the fucking mouth and broke my tooth off. I was clear across the bar. Other side of the bar, there was two guys fighting and one guy threw a beer bottle. And I got hit in the mouth with it. And I was like, fucking great. I had to go to have an emergency root canal. And if you guys know, I'm allergic to Novocaine. So that meant that I had to white knuckle a root canal. So, but if you're just joining, this is what I'm giving away. I'm giving away the CJRB Pyrite in gray G10. And it has never cut anything. Got a bro who was in Sasbo. He was on a minesweeper, married a Dutch girl, turned out to be a huge mistake. Did he meet her at a place called Hostenbos, which was the Dutch village? I bet he did. I bet he did. A chick that worked there. I'll tell you a story about that in a little bit too. So I'm trying to look through here. I guess you can't enter. So no. Oh, if you're overseas. Yeah. I'm sorry. I can't do overseas shipping. It's just ridiculous. It would cost me more than a knife is worth to try and ship it to, I think Yoko's in France. I'll tell you a story about Hassenbach. So I have a friend named Eric. And Eric is super hillbilly. Like Eric says the word yaller. Like, what color is that fork truck? And he's like, you mean the yaller one over there? He doesn't say yellow. It's yaller. That yaller one over there. And so we would go and hang out at this place called Hassenbos, Dutch Village. There's actually a really cool place to hang out. There's a lot of people that hang out there. It's like an amusement park. They have some rides. They have a lot of shows, but we would go there because it was really cheap for military. It was like $8 to get in. And we would go there and eat at the restaurants and stuff like that. Hey, Michelle's here. And so me and Eric would go. Me and Eric would go to this place, and they would always bring these chicks from the Netherlands and Germany and places like that, like the Dutch, that whole area. And they would bring them to work there. And we met these two chicks that worked at Hassenbos, and they had dormitories for them. So it was like they had their own rooms. And so we went there, and I parked my car in the parking lot, and we met these chicks, and we talked our way into spending the night at their dormitory. And we, like, after the shift, we were drinking in the park because there's bars and there's restaurants. And we really hit it off. And we go back to these girls' rooms. And you know what sailors do with girls? As soon as we got there, try to get them naked. So they share this room, but it's like split. So, but there's an opening at the top. There's a divider between the two bedrooms. And then there's a shared living room, almost like if you're ever in the military, like a split barracks room, where there's a shared living room and kitchen, and you have your own separate rooms. And so I could talk over if I wanted to. Well, I had already done the deed, right? I had already sealed the deal and finished. And I don't know what Eric was a slow starter or what, but I'm over there. I'm done. I'm laying there smoking a cigarette. And all of a sudden from the other side, apparently he had gotten to the point where he was going to, you know, the old song, you got to do something before you stick it. If you guys remember that song, that's the point that he had reached. And all of a sudden I hear him go, "What the fuck did you do? Wipe the wrong way?" And I laughed. And this was about 3:00 in the morning. The parking lot where my car was at didn't open until 7:00 in the morning. That was it. Like I said, about 3:00 in the morning. At about 3:10, Eric and I were standing outside in the rain underneath an awning in the cold and the rain with nothing warm, no way to get to my car, no way to get back to where we lived. And I was sitting and I was glaring at him. I was like, "Why the fuck did you say that? You got us kicked out." And he was like, "Well, you didn't have to fucking laugh." And I'm like, "Pretty sure we both would have got kicked out anyway." Yeah, his name was Eric. Absolutely was Eric. Like, "You motherfucker, you didn't have to laugh." I was like, I couldn't not. I'm sorry. I couldn't. Here's the thing. You know what he's madder about? He wasn't mad about being stuck out in the rain. He was mad that I got laid and he didn't. I was like, "You motherfucker." So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do the announcement. So there's 48 people here. I hate to do it, but like I said, this is a sponsored live feed. So before we do it, because there's a tie into this, here is, since there's a lot more people here now, here's a quick word. I'm just happy I get to do this. So please don't get upset that I'm doing it. Here is a quick word from this video sponsor. Well, it's from me about this video. You know it.
Guys, I have made it abundantly clear that I live my life purely fueled on caffeine and inappropriate thoughts, so it only makes sense that I would partner with a company like Coffee Brand Coffee. Coffee Brand Coffee is providing you coffee that is roasted to order, delivered to your door with no politics. We get enough politics in our day-to-day life. We don't need it in our entertainment or in our breakfast beverages. So go check out description down below. There is a link to Coffee Brand Coffee. Save 5%. You can also use my coupon code CrazySharp when you order. It directly supports the channel. Big shout out. Thanks to Coffee Brand Coffee for sponsoring this video.
The French toast coffee. It's somebody said the French toast is fucking great. But here's how we're going to do this. You guys ready? I'm going to present. God damn, my back hurts. That's pinched a nerve. I drink coffee all day. So, like, I mean, I can't necessarily say that there's a definite. But the word is going to be hashtag coffee. All words. It's just coffee, all words. All caps. So, Apex Alchemy, what's up, everybody? Emler's Everydayers. It's CrazySharp crew. So, guys, I will say, too, I started releasing videos to the paying members early again. So, if you, coffee, all words. Hashtag coffee, all words. What I was going to say is I've started releasing the videos early. Now, I'm not going to pick for a little bit. It'll be after the hour. So it'll be about 15, 20 minutes because I want to keep people here as long as possible. Drop a like if you have not done it already. And like I said, check out Coffee Brand Coffee. It just feels good to be able to say that I have a sponsor. And they're doing it really cool. you guys are still saving 5%, which they didn't have to do. You know what I mean? They could have just told you like, oh, sell your stuff, you make the money, but they're still allowing you guys to, I have a 5% discount with it. So, 54 likes, 52 watching. That's a good ratio. That's above 100%. So now Eric's also the guy that got me hit in the face with pool stick. Eric was famous. Eric was famous for starting a fight or getting you to get in a fight. Like, you should go kick his ass. And then when you would wind up walking over to get into said fight, because you're like, fuck it, I'll go get in the fight. And he goes, I got your back. And then you turn around after you're getting your head kicked in and you're like, where the fuck is Eric? And Eric is in the bathroom, or Eric went to go smoke or some shit like that, right? That's what Eric was famous for. But there was one night we were in a bar called Dark Room. And I was with a girl, and Eric had a girlfriend at the time, and he's dancing with his girlfriend. And there was some Marines there because there was a Marine Corps base. Like, Fukuoka was in the middle between the Marine Corps base and our Navy base. It was like 2 hours either way. So if you were 4 hours from Iwakuni, so Fukuoka was 2 hours from Iwakuni, and we were 2 hours from Fukuoka. So at any rate, we're in the bar, and this Marine bumps into Eric, and Eric bumped into his girl. And he was like, hey, man, take it easy. You made me bump into my girlfriend. The guy was like, oh, I'm sorry. And then I saw it happen. I was like, this is not going to end well. And the guy got up and like waited for Eric to help his girlfriend, moved his girlfriend, and he ran into Eric hard. And Eric knocked his girlfriend down, and they both fell on the ground. And Eric was like, Eric was not good. Eric was good at instigating fights and then leaving. But Eric never really was real good at a fight. Like, you always had to go fucking wade into the fucking fray and pull Eric out so he didn't get his ass kicked and wind up in a fucking hospital. But this night, Eric was just mad enough to be evil. And so I'm standing there, and this guy's got two of his friends, and Eric was like, that's it, me and you outside. Now, Dark Room was up on the second floor, and there was a set of steps, and there was a landing. So it was like 10 steps, then a landing, and then like 4 more. And they get to the door, and Eric was like, after you. And these other 2 Marines, I was like, whoa, guys. It's like that. Your buddy does not need any help. Because if you think you're going to help your buddy, I'm going to fucking knock you the fuck out and then stomp his head into the fucking pavement. You're not going to go fucking tag team on my buddy. And so I got to the door, and I was going to stand there to prevent them from going down. And Eric lets this Marine go out. And I was like, why the fuck would you go down the stairs first? And Eric waited for this guy to go down 4 or 5 of the first 10 steps and put his foot in between that dude's shoulder blades and kicked him to the street, and then proceeded to run down all 10 of the first 10 steps, hit the landing, and jump off the landing like Superman and hit this dude so fucking hard that it sounded like a firecracker, and proceeded to beat this dude with his great big class ring that he was wearing, and just put pop knots all over this dude's forehead, right? And I was like, fuck yeah, you get him, get it, fuck yeah, because that dude was going to fuck Eric up. And you know who fights fair? The fucking loser. And so Eric beat the dog shit out of this dude. And then I went upstairs, or he came back upstairs, and I fucking let him in. And I told him, I was like, you might want to get your friend in a car and take him back to base. Well, what I didn't realize was that this was the ordnance facility where we worked, had Marine guards. I thought these guys were from Iwakuni. This was on a Saturday night. Monday morning, Eric and I are in the smoke pit working, and 2 of the Marine guards show up, and one of them was beat all the fuck to hell. And one of them saw me and was like, and I was like, if I can, I will kick the shit out of you here at work too. I don't fucking care. And he looked at me, and this dude is like, his face is just all busted up. And one of the other guards was there smoking. He goes, "What the fuck happened to you?" He goes, "Man, Saturday night, I got in a fight with this dude and he beat the shit out of me." He's like, "I don't even know who it was. I was drunk." And Eric was like, "I know who it was." And he goes, "Who was that?" And he goes, "That was me, motherfucker. You were being a dick shit." And I was like, "A dick shit? What the Hey, man, that works." And dude's like, "I did that." The guy was like, "I'm sorry, whatever I did, I probably deserved it." And I was like, you are right. You are correct. You fucking had that shit coming. Eric, I'd never seen Eric actually win a fight. I'd seen Eric start a lot of fights, and I fucking finished a lot of Eric's fights. That was the first time I ever saw Eric actually win a fight. That was yeah, coffee. Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, let's add that to stream. If you want to win the knife, you have to be a subscriber and you have got to hashtag you have to type hashtag coffee all caps. So, ooh, yeah, we got a handful of subscribers. And I would like for you guys to not just subscribe to win. I'd like to have you subscribe and show up for videos and things like that. I got a lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel. So, let's see here. That's like the hell or high water scene. He had it coming. Yeah, Eric was a fun dude, but Eric was this like pot-bellied hillbilly, like I don't know, he looked really weird. He had this pot belly, had these really skinny arms, and my wife and her best friend had seen Eric in bars a bunch of times. And so after she and I started dating, Eric came over to my house one time when she was staying with me right before we got married. We were just living together. Eric stopped by. She's like, "Oh, that's your friend?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Hey, you guys." And I was like, "Oh my God." She says he looks like Sloth from the Goonies. And I was like, she's not wrong. So yeah, he was a lot of fun. He was a lot of fun. And I will say, hey guys, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't do overseas shipping on something that is not that expensive. But this is what we're giving away. I really thought I subbed. After your better than a 940 video. It's weird. Sometimes you sub and it doesn't actually take. What are you giving away? I'm giving this away. But even if you win, I'm not going to send it to you. The last time I sent you a knife because you'd won something, you threw it in the fucking trash. And this is actually a nice knife. So, my secret OnlyFans. Just pictures of paper fans. Like Japanese style Oriental fans. It's the steel that all the G10 ones are in. It's AR RPM 9. What steel is it in? The free one. That's what steel it's in. Like box fans. No, I mean like the folding fans. Paulina's here. Go check out Purple Heart Barbecue. He did some weird was it cream spinach chicken? It actually looked really good. Tell her I said hi too. Their tempered trail. I had a sneaking suspicion that's who it was. So, if anyone complains about a free knife don't enter, it's not that he complained about it. He just got it and threw it away. He was like, yes. He sent me a video of him standing in front of the trash can. He's like, yes. And he opened the trash and dropped the knife in it. And I was like, you better have pulled that shit out of there. He's like, no. I was like, well, you're not fucking ever winning anything on my channel again. It was not horrible. It was actually not a bad knife. It was one of the assisted opening M&Ps. It's not a great knife, but it wasn't fucking horrible. I'll tell you that. What was my carry today? Well, I can't show you what my carry was today because you guys haven't seen a video about it yet. Because part of what I carried today was a new knife company thing, but this did spend most of the day in my pocket. This Oaks, God damn it. Now I'm doing it. Oaksworks the Oaks Works Lantra. I did carry that most of the day today. So I love the fact that this thing does reverse flick. So, and of course, as always, because I just won't be without it, I had my Norseman in my pocket and in my waistband. It spends a lot of time in the waist. So let's see here. This is such a good little knife. And I'll tell you what, guys, if you didn't watch Wednesday's live feed with Eric Oaks from Oaks Works, it was a lot of fun. And Eric is a really good guy. And I do have to say, a lot of people are like, "We'll let Eric talk." Eric is one of those guys that, like, you got to know when Eric is going to continue and when Eric's not. I talk to him a lot, and Eric's one of those guys. There are some people that, like, when it's just me and Nick Shabazz, or if it's me and Jim Skelton, it's a free flowing, fun conversation. But there are some people that come on the channel, and they're much more reserved. Like they don't talk, and you have to kind of pull it out of them a little bit, and that's kind of why. Explain to these people who I am. Polly is a functionally retarded Army vet with a lot of head trauma and CTE. And Polly honestly should probably not be allowed to live alone, which is why his mother lives with him, because he's just not safe to be at the house by himself, because he'll hurt himself. He's like Rain Man, but with none of the benefits of Rain Man. You know what I mean? Like that's basically where we're at with Polly. You're not beautiful, Polly. You're not beautiful. You've got a massive head. And you can get away with it occasionally. You can get away with it occasionally, Will. And since the majority of my live feeds have been demonetized for some unknown reason anyway, I just stopped caring. So, like, if that is what's going to get me demonetized, I'm fine with that, because fucking Murky dropped $100 and a bunch of people have been dropping super chats. That's way more than I'll make on ad revenue on this anyway. So why not have the fun? Yeah, Purple Heart Barbecue, thanks for your service. And way to go for getting that enemy marksmanship award. You need a license plate that says DUK, the number 2, and the numbers, or then L and the number 8. I don't have a Polly pick, but Polly's got a really big head. Polly's got a head that, like, he looks like somebody put a pumpkin on top of a refrigerator. Oh, Rocky just donated. Yeah, I don't have that pulled up, but thank you, Rocky, for donating 5 memberships. Please show a Polly pick. I don't have one, but I'll give you a kangaroo flute.
You want Cole's kangaroo flute? That's funny.
Anyway, he's got a head like the headless horseman. He's got a horseless headman, or the headless man, or the horseless man, or the horseless headman. I think that'd be more terrifying. Just a horse with a head on it. Like, oh, what the fuck is that? The chat is moving way too fast for me today. I will. The weird thing is I can't hear it. For it. Okay, so this is got a very big voice recognition thing, and for some reason I don't hear that through the headphones like I do the bell. Like, I can definitely hear the bell, but for everybody that has donated, Polly says Aiden never says hi to me anymore, and I think it's because Aiden probably realized you're a dick. Polly needs a license plate that says duck too late. DUK, the number 2, L, and the number 8. Duck too late. With that with that enemy marksmanship award. So we are going to, let's see here. Let me add that back to the stream. Let's make it a more appropriate size. So there's 71 entries. If you have not entered, you can absolutely enter now because there's 77 people here and only 71 entries. So if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe, and then I will give you guys another 5 minutes because new subscriptions take a little bit to be eligible. So Polly, I don't know why I'm not going to give it to you. If Polly wins, I'm going to re-choose. I'm not. You burned me once. I sent you and you won something on my channel, and you're like, I won't ever use that. So I picked a different item for you. I sent it to you, and you threw it away. No, thank you. Coffee. But duplicates don't get you any further because it automatically filters out duplicates. So if you did, I hear new subscriptions. Let's see how many new subscriptions. Yeah, there we go. We've gotten about 15 new subscriptions tonight. And if you are subscribed, I would absolutely like to ask that you stay subscribed because I have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I have talked with the Dutch Bushcraft Knives boys, and we are going to try and figure a live feed to do together. I've talked with Todd Begg. We're probably going to do that. And things like that. So, yeah, Guillaume, is it Guillaume or is that Guillaume Barnaby? I'm going to give everybody a few minutes anyway, just to be on the safe side. And so we'll do it in like 2 minutes. So anybody that just got gifted a membership, go to my actual channel, find the community tab, and then find the membership area, and you'll find a link to the Gilded server. And if you do get a link to the Gilded server, go in there, and then I will go and add you to the chat rooms. But make sure your name on the Gilded server matches your name on YouTube so I can validate you against the membership list. So fuck you, Polly. I'm a veteran too, so fuck you. Way to go. Now you're like that dick bag that always came in here. I'm a Marine and this and that, always trying to get free shit. I don't very often do giveaways because I don't like. Oh, Howard K. It's got to be all caps. All caps. So you might want to drop that again. It's all caps. No, Polly, I'm not sending you a Gilded link. So, about another 50 seconds, we'll do the giveaway. I do know it's early or it's late in the evening, and a lot of you guys want to go out to. Oh, I was telling you. So, my friends, so if you happen to be at Hoppy's or Hops Bar and Grill in Indiana, I apologize that you're having to watch this because my friend that is the general manager there said that he's putting my live feed on all the TVs, and that's the only thing that's going to be on in the entire bar. And I was like, so if you happen to be there watching, and you have not yet, pick up your phone, find the channel, become a subscriber, and enter coffee, and I'll get the knife to you. Here's the deal. Rocky just dropped another 5. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't I've got too many windows open to track everything. No, I don't remember where it's at in Indiana. It's in some backwoods area, Indiana. But at any rate, I apologize. If you're watching this, it's not my fault, but you may as well go ahead, subscribe, drop #coffee in the comments section. And we're going to do the giveaway in just a second, as soon as I figure out how to make it. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to do the giveaway right now. We get 84 entries. Now here's the deal. I'm going to draw this right now. You have got to email me at gunmonkey1974@gmail.com. And you have to send me a screenshot. You got to send me a screenshot of your, there we go. That's who won. So, you have got to send me a screenshot of your login page showing that this is you, and send me an email with that, and also send me a, At any rate, yeah, that's how it works. So the email is, I'm trying to get it up here. It's not going to work. Why is it not letting me type? Why is it not letting me type in here? There we go. There we go. There we go. There is my email address. Shoot me an email and make sure that you show me your your inside that account, like your actual account channel, your channel account page. Send it to me inside, you know what I'm talking about, like your log inside your login, and email that to me. I can't promise how soon I'll get it out, but like because I owe Nathan Thurman his knife, but we've only got I've only got one car right now, so it's hard to get to the post office. Closest post office is kind of far away. So, um, you know what? Where did he win somewhere else? Shinobayashi. As long as it's in the United States, or in the United States, period, I'll get it sent. So yeah, this has not cut anything. I have cut nothing with it. I will strop it for you because it does feel like it's got a little bit of a burr. I'll strop the burr off before I send it to you. So, now I do know I'm probably going to lose a lot of you guys because I do know it's St. Patrick's Day. You're probably hanging out, and no, I'm not. I tested and reviewed it so many times, that it's because I've had 3 of these. Is that who is that? Is that Nathan? Any rate, I can't wear green. I had a green shirt on earlier, and I'm using a green screen, and I just disappeared. No, I somebody else. I was mistaken. I was mistooked. So, what's everybody doing for St. Patrick's Day? I'm sitting here at the house with you guys. I don't do anything on Friday nights anymore. I do this. I will tell you. I posted something up on a Gilded server earlier. Um, I posted something up on a Gilded server earlier to everybody. I was like, tell me you're a geek. Tell me you're a nerd without telling me you're a nerd. I'll start. And I posted up a picture. I forgot I had it. And I was in the house and I was like, fuck, because I just canceled YouTube TV because they price hiked everything. And I had been I had set a DVR on YouTube TV for Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's one of my favorite shows ever. When I graduated high school, before I left for the Navy, after work every day, because I worked nights, I would come home and they would run on Channel 9 out of Wheeling, West Virginia. They would run on Friday nights into Saturday morning. They would run like a Star Trek: The Next Generation marathon. And I would stay up and watch that. I own every fucking episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation on DVD. I have the entire box set. And I pulled it out and I was like, tell me you're a nerd without telling me you're a nerd. And I was like, I own every episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Hey, how's it going? Everybody, Warren Tax are shipping next week. Nice. Well, shipping to you. I can't. That's what you get. They don't want the bell anymore. That's what you get. Drinking Guinness. There's a handful of them. There's a handful of That's cool. I'm glad they're getting shipped to you, and I hope that I help generate some sales because it's a good knife. It really is a good knife. Tactical Terry. I have bought Alpha and Beta Magic the Gathering packs at retail. Yeah. What else do I have? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a geek, and here's the thing. I'm a Star Wars and Star Trek nerd. Like, I love both equally. Like, I love Star Trek because you have the original Star Trek, then you had Star Trek the animated series, which was basically an extension of the original series. And then you had Star Trek the Next Generation, then all the movies, and I liked everything. So you get so much more content with Star Trek. So I love them both. And I was sitting around, I was saying that one time, I was like, "Oh, you're a geek." And I was like, "Yeah, but I'm 6'3", 230 pounds. And I've taken martial arts since I was like 6 years old. So guess what? Yeah, I'm a geek. You got a fucking problem with it?" They're like, "Nope, didn't say anything about that. Just agreed." And I was like, "Oh, okay. That's what I thought." So fucking a dude I worked with is like, "Nice pink shirt." I'm like, "Bro, look at me and look at you. If there's a problem with my shirt, it could be your problem, not mine. Like, I don't have a problem with a pink shirt." Let's see here. I studied medieval history as a hobby since I was about 6 and worked as a what is a what is that? I don't know what that is. Gundam. Beat me up, Scotty. There's no intelligent life down here. Um, I'm wearing pink because my clown suit has blood on it. Other than intended purposes, I made armor out of rings. Also made. I'll tell you what I did. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. That's what I wondered if that's what that was. I worked as a blacksmith's assistant. I worked as a blacksmith's assistant in a place called Roscoe Village in Coshocton, Ohio, and it's like historic Williamsburg, where like they dress in uh period accurate outfits, and they have an actual canal boat that they run and stuff like that. And I worked in the blacksmith shop for stuff. I helped make nails and shit like that. It was a pretty miserable summer job. I'm not gonna lie, because I spent most of my time making nails that they so like I did all the actual work. Like during the day, I was making the nails that they gave out to the tourists. I made nails, the rosehead nails, all day until a group of tourists showed up, and then I had to run the billows for the blacksmith to make a horseshoe or something like that, something interesting. And I'm like, this is some bullshit. Like, I do all the work and I didn't get paid a lot. I was like 14. What's your thought on the nightmare style reground versions of Warrantak from heel to halfway the blade with deep hollow? The rest of the tip would be factory grind. I think it would be cool. As long as you can marry in the finish. Like, matching the finish would be the most important thing. I think that would be the key point. Like, if you do, I would do a couple tests to see if you can marry into finish, and like you could if you needed to, if you're only gonna do a couple of them, I could stonewash them for you. I just don't know how much time that would take with this small tumbler I got. You know how many blades. But I think that is the key point. Like, if you can't marry the two different grinds together and have them look consistent, then I would say don't do it. So if the entire entire edge bevel on the forward part's going to be stonewash, but then you've got the grind pattern from the belt on the back part, I would say, that's something I would shy away from, because it's going to look a little worse. But I mean, if you can do it, then absolutely, I think that's a really cool idea. But let's see here. Where's my? There you go. I don't think that's how it's supposed to sound. But that's what you get. Like, I'll figure. I'm sure I'll get better at it.
Thank you for being my friend when I needed one.
Mike, I need you to sharpen my leather knives. We'll see what I can do. They might not actually need sharpening. They might just need run on a ceramic rod. Leather does take a toll on the edge of a knife, though. I do know that. Always been in anime and comics. I used to be into comics. I you know what I'm more into is like video games now that are based on comics. I think you blow just fine, Mike. I had a joke I was going to tell you guys, and I can't remember what it was. It would be a couple hundred blades. I might just have to pick up a tumbler and start doing the tumble finish. Yeah, because I got news for you. You're gonna have to pay me to do. If it's more than just a couple, you're gonna have to pay me because it takes. Oh, it's a pain in the ass because you can only do 4 pieces at a time. So later, Cabes. I'm not doing that fucking thing again. Here, you get a bell. Here's what I think I'm gonna do. How about this? Let's do this. The bell is easy. This is a pain in the ass. How about this? All donations over $10 get kangaroo flute, and everything else gets bell or a sound effect. Does that sound fair? Does that sound like some, because there has to be some incentive to donate higher. You know what I mean? And if it's that you want to hear me play the kangaroo flute because you know I don't like it because it makes my it makes my lips fucking tingle. Oh wow, I got close to the microphone. I didn't mean to get that close to the microphone. I'm sorry. How's that sound? Ugh. It sounds like you're gonna unsubscribe. How much for me to play the skin or the skin flute? You don't have that kind of money, Dopey. There's not that much money. I remember the joke I was going to tell you guys. Did I ever tell you guys about the time I worked in a deli? And I got fired because I put my dick in the pickle cutter. I mean, technically, she got fired too. But hey, you know. Deep breathing scares Josh, man.
That even disturbs me.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy. How is it when I do it?
I shouldn't have a voice changer. I shouldn't be allowed to have that. Like when I bought that, they should have fucking checked my YouTube channel and be like, yeah, no, we're not selling that to him. How much for me to ventilate Purple Heart? I'd let the air out of Polly for free half the time. I don't know if you know that. I'm not making sound with my lips. Okay. When I just blow. Okay. I'm taking your advice. You ready? That's all it sounds like. And that's not what it sounded like. And what you're telling me absolutely is not what the Australian Aboriginal dude that was telling in the video that was showing me how to play it. That's absolutely not what he said, Rocky. So the dude that absolutely had like all the paint on his face and was in like a fucking like Aboriginal Australian clothing, the guy that was doing that, I'm gonna take his word for it, Rocky. Sorry, I mean, like, not trying to say it's not a real didgeridoo. Yes, it is. Like, they absolutely. There is a chamber that goes through this that makes this the same as a 22-inch didgeridoo. It's a very closely, so it has all the chambers in it. It's not as long, but all the chambers. It's called a miniature didgeridoo. No, I was not talking about that, Murky. But there you go. How about I do it my way, Mr. Rocky Cordova? Just kidding. I appreciate the advice, but when I try what you tell me, it doesn't work. You owe me 2 because I got 10 memberships, FY. All right. Because you bought so many, you get an echo didgeridoo. That's what it sounds like when you fart in a stadium. I'm going to have to rewatch this to see how that sounds. You got echo chamber didgeridoo because you have. Oh, shit. Bingo hall. Jesus. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. Too many buttons. Mike, stop blowing for money. Michelle is a 3-year New Mexican state flute champion. She will show you how to make it less farty. Now. He did go Kenny G. My stomach's starting to bother me again. It's fucking really pissing me off. I'll have days where everything's fine. And then like today, it really hurts. But then again, I did spend the day sitting and I was on the phone. I didn't record much of anything today, guys. I had a couple things show up. I had a few things show up and I did film an unboxing. I had a couple companies that I reached out to because I was like, you know what? This isn't working for me. This like waiting on Jared to send me stuff. So I've been reaching out to companies and I've been doing it for a little while now. I'm reaching out. I've been reaching out to companies. Well, I reached out to a couple companies and they absolutely sent me a couple knives, one each from them. And I unboxed those. So you guys will get to see that tomorrow. Oh boy. Pardon me. So yeah, that's coming. So I've got stuff that I'm going to be doing as giveaways and we'll do this more often. I still want to make the giveaways predominantly for the paying members. So if you're a paying member, know that I will. Here's the thing. Okay, like I've had a lot of people offer to send me knives, but the problem was the problem is most of the knives that people are wanting to send are stuff that's been out for a while. And then like even some of this that makes my butthole slam shut every time she does that. So stuff that people are sending me is stuff that's been out for a while. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get companies to send me stuff that is like their new stuff, like prototypes and stuff like that, like stuff that's just hitting the market, stuff that you're not going to be able to see. So the problem is if you guys send me stuff, the stuff you're sending me is stuff that's already out on the market, already being sold. My wife and kid just pulled in. Yeah, mine is a rotary. I have just like a rock tumbler, but I have the right media. It's the way I've always done stonewash, and they come out great. So it's chilly outside. My wife just opened that garage door, and it was 68 degrees before she opened the garage door, and I just felt that. I felt that cold air just start rolling in here. How was skating? They turned the lights off on you?
Yeah, it was like really fun actually. So like we were all playing around. Look at the fun little photo we got. Because like the whole little squad was here.
Say hi to everybody. Somebody donated $100 tonight. So that paid for your skating. Yeah, she's like, thanks for paying our light bill. Content is content. People still want to see it. It's true. And then the other thing too is a lot of times that I get knives in from people that are offering things through and they're no longer available. So the thing is with this, I've got a lot more affiliates now. So if you guys, when you guys are doing, when you guys are looking for knives, I have a bunch of stuff down below that are affiliate links where you can purchase those things. And when I'm able to link those, I actually make money. There's some of those like Artisan, I get 10 or 15% per sale. GP Knives, I get 10%. Blade HQ, I get 5%. So every time you guys buy those knives, And if you're buying knives, I'd really appreciate if you're looking into my affiliates to see if I posted a link to it. And if you can't see a link to it directly, maybe go down to the bottom ones and find my Amazon affiliates and just click on one of those and then search that tab. You can do that with anything. Like if you're buying like soap and shampoo and all that stuff, go to just one of my random Amazon links that's at the bottom of my page, click on it. Yes, I did get an affiliate with Vosteed. But the problem is I'm trying to get Vosteed to send me some stuff because I have a Vosteed knives thing. So if you are looking for a Vosteed knife, you can always email me and I can send you a specialized link to it. So yeah, that's well, you say that, but I question it because we're spending money a lot every month. But I'm trying to build this, and people have been like ridiculing, like, I don't know if you guys know this. There have been people that are like, oh fuck, Mike started another GoFundMe. I have never started a GoFundMe for myself. Never once. The GoFundMe that got started for me when I wound up in a hospital, a friend of mine did it. The GoFundMe that got started when my daughter wound up in a hospital, David Horseman over at Hiking with a Viking and the Bastard Road program, the veterans men's mental health thing. He did that. I do one every year for my daughter's skating. That's it. And that is because every other skating family does that. So if you're hearing like, oh, Mike's all begging and doing GoFundMes, I've only ever once thought about doing a GoFundMe, and that was to try and get home and see my mother. And I mentioned it and I got ridiculed for it. But they didn't have sack enough to talk to me about it. They didn't mention it in my feed. They mentioned it in somebody else's chat on their live feed. So I thought that was kind of a dick move. But just so you know, I've never once started a GoFundMe for myself. I started one for Alice. I started one for Jeff over at Tough Thumbs when his shop got flooded out. Never once have I started one for myself. I've had two that got started for me. I didn't ask him to do that. So who is OEM for Vosteed? I have no clue. I have not talked to any of them. Yes, you should go. Do I get kickbacks from Blade HQ or specific knives as long as you use link? I have just a general link to Blade HQ, which like anything you purchase, I get a portion of it. But if you're looking for a specific knife, I can absolutely get you a link. Because now that I know who you are, I've got your phone number. Other than intended purposes, 3 years ago, a friend tried to start a GoFundMe for me to help me get a truck to carry my power chair. After 6 months, it had $85. They just kept it. I started one for Alice because we weren't sure if, like, when Alice over at Alicord Paracord, when that tree fell on her house, when a tree fell on her house, I started one for her, and then her insurance picked it up, and GoFundMe, for some reason, I couldn't, like, I set it up as not for me, and that it was for her, and when I tried to link it so that she could claim the funds, it wouldn't let me do it, and they were trying to send me the money, and so I just stopped it. I canceled it. I can probably afford the membership. I've had a couple of Vosteed knives and I liked them. I liked them a lot. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. I get frustrated because there's a lot of people that just talk shit about fucking stuff they really don't know about. But I'm building this and I'm pretty happy that we've gotten to where I've got a sponsor and I'm getting stuff on the channel and things like that. What is that? Other than intended purposes. I think I'm already subscribed to your channel other than intended purposes, but I'm not sure. Yeah, they are good. They are good. I liked it. I think I haven't seen Jim's review of it, but I know that Jim Skelton was going to get it. And if I like it, Jim's probably going to like it too. Well, if they're using Kaiser for OEM, there's companies like, okay, that is the equivalent, saying, because Vosteed is a company that is probably getting OEM stuff done through them. Dahlstrom gets OEM stuff done for their kitchen knives offshore. This is done by Riat, but it's branded, it's OEM. A lot of companies do OEM Kaiser does OEM. Artisan does the OEM. We Knife Company does OEM. If you bought the Ferrum Forge Gent, that's a We Knife. So that is designers having companies that are reliable companies making knives for them. And it happens a lot. So it's not that they're low key. It's not that they're low key Kaisers. It's just that that's who's doing their OEM. And it's because there's some companies that do a really good job with OEM. ST3VE. What's up, Steve? How you been, man? It's a mic hat, not a beer hat. I don't know what we're talking. Link the Howls beer hat. I should. You know what? That's what I'll do. I will put up a link to the Howls hat right now. Hang on. Let me do that. Let me do that right now. I will send you a link to the Howls hat. Go here. Jesus Christ. Why am I not signed in? It's fucking ridiculous. I'm trying to find it. I don't find it. So they might not have it. I'm trying to find it. Hang on. There it is. There it is. There it is. No, it ain't. I don't think they got them. I don't think they have them anymore. Oh, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Let's see here. They have the different color selections. Let's get the same one that I've got. Wow. I don't think they have. Yeah, they do. There it is. Okay. Give me just a second. I'm pulling you up. There we go. There we go. You guys want the Howls hat? Oh, Steve became a new member. Welcome back, Steve. I wasn't going to say anything about you not being a member. Well, I think I said I hadn't seen you since you were a member. There you go. If you're looking for one of these hats, there's a link right there. There is a link to this hat on Amazon. They're not cheap either. Like, I gotta tell you, they're $40. These hats are $40 each now. The first one I got for free. I got the first one of these hats for free. I had a friend that had a garage and he was doing some work on a Volkswagen. He put in a performance chip mod chip in my Volkswagen for me. And he didn't really charge me very much for it. He was like, and I was at his shop and he was like, "Hey, you want a hat?" Because I had on a shitty, just bullshit fucking ball cap. And he goes, "Take a hat. I can't sell." Like somebody wanted to fucking drop off. He's like, they gave me 4 of them. I threw 2 of them away. He's like, because they got dirty and shit. He goes, "That one's still in the plastic. Take it." And I started wearing it on the channel. And so then I started wearing it, and then the first one just came apart, and I was like, "Well, fuck, I gotta get another one now," because so many people, like, it got to be something that got recognized with the channel. So I bought another one, and they were like $20 at the time. Now they're 40, and I'm like, I've got other fucking hats. Like, if this hat gets worn out, there may be a change in the attire. Because I don't think I'm dropping $40 on a fucking ball cap anytime soon. Not with I've dropped $8,400 on a wife's car. That fucking stung. That hurt. Affiliate link is poison to our community. It's just bleeding money you earned. I don't know what you're talking about. How do you figure that it's bleeding money I've earned? I get a portion of the funds. It supports the fucking channel. I don't understand what you're talking about, Nathan. I really don't. I've got a Demolition Ranch hat. I got a bunch of Pittsburgh hats. I have a lot of hats. I have fucking probably 20 ball caps back there that I don't ever wear. It's Dopey. Dopey's gonna wear a hat and make fun of every video. It's just like because he's got the beard and everything. So yeah, you should get it. You should get it as the paying members next time we do the join. Like when you guys are all in the live feed with me for a members only thing, and then you're all wearing the hats. That would be funny. They get the majority. No. Okay, that hat costs the same if you use my affiliate or not. Right? So if you buy the hat, it's $40. If you use my affiliate, it's $40. If you use my affiliate, it's $40, but I get 5% of it. You see what I'm saying? They don't upcharge you, and I'm not losing anything. That's not at all how it works. The company is like the company that makes this hat, they're losing 5%. I don't care. Have you tried the pyrite yet? Oh, yeah. Gonna have a problem. I have a problem, brother. Because all I got to do is throw something at you real hard, and I'm pretty accurate. I'll tell you a story. So my dad, before he became a cop, my dad was a diesel mechanic, and my dad worked in a shop for Ryder Leasing. So I don't think, Nathan, they don't have hats. As funny as it is, Jeremy Hambley from the Quartering has hats on his merchandise store, but he doesn't have hats for Coffee Brand Coffee. They have shirts, and you guys have seen it. Yeah, Alex and I got to talk at Cali Custom Show, and so did Darth BMX. So at any rate, my dad was a mechanic. He was a diesel mechanic on Peterbilt's and Cummins diesels and stuff like that. He was a master diesel mechanic. And so when my mother and father worked opposite shifts, my dad worked 7 to 3, and my mother worked 3 to 11. And so my mother would drop me off. This was before my sister was born. I mean, and she would drop me off at the shop and leave me there for like the last couple hours. My mom was an emergency room nurse. So I would sit there like at the little stool in front of my dad's toolbox while he's finishing up work for the day and putting away tools and shit like that. So one day it was a snowy day, and my mom dropped me off, and I'm sitting on a little stool in front of my dad's workbench by the solvent tank and everything. And I was playing around with the sockets and putting them in order. And this little guy named Jay that worked at the shop comes up, and he's got a snowball in his hand. And he goes, "Hey, Barney." And my dad looked at him. He says, "Jay, why don't you throw a fucking snowball at me?" And he's like, "Barney." And he goes, "I'm only going to tell you twice. Don't you fucking throw that snowball at me." And my dad turned around, and Jay threw the snowball and started to run towards the roll-up garage door. And my dad grabbed a shifter knob from a Mack truck. You know, the one that's like the size of a fucking pool ball, a little bit bigger. And it screwed on, and it had the hole in it. And my dad turned and heaved that thing at this dude who had not made it out of the shop yet. And he was running fast. He heaved that thing, and you could hear it going through the air because it had that hole in it. It's just whistling as it went through the air, and hit him right between the shoulder blades. Whack! And I was like, "Ooh!" And that dude went, "Ugh!" and fell down face first. And my dad didn't even think about it. He turned around, and He's putting stuff back in his toolbox, and he looked at me. He goes, "You heard me tell him twice, right?" And I was like, "Yep." He goes, "Okay." I didn't even look to see if the dude was okay. I thought my father had killed that man. So, does Mike hide a badass mohawk under the hat? I don't think I've ever seen him. Okay, there are very few people who have seen me without my hat because there's not a lot going on up there. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of hair up there. I haven't had much hair up there since when I got diagnosed for an autoimmune disorder and they put me on chemotherapy drugs to try and drop my immune system, and my eyebrows pretty much got real thin. My beard stopped growing and all of my body hair fell out. And I looked like powder from the movie. And my hair, so there's places where my hair didn't grow back properly. On top of my head, I don't have any body hair anymore, really. I got like 18 beard hairs. I used to have a lot, or not beard hairs, chest hairs. I used to have a lot of chest hair, and my beard grew much, much faster than it does now. And it just never grew back right after that. And so I just started wearing a hat because I'm not embarrassed about the fact that I don't have hair. It's just so much better to wear a hat and not sunburn the top of your head. If you've ever sunburned the top of your head, it's uncomfortable. The only thing I can think of that's worse than sunburning the top of your head is sunburning the tops of your feet. And I've done that as well. And that really fucking sucks. So, yeah, like here, you guys want to see it? I'll show you. I just got a bald spot. And I mean, I'm not completely bald. I just got a bald spot there, and it hasn't gotten any worse, but it hasn't gotten any better. That was the first thing they did was they put me on methotrexate and a couple other drugs that are part of the chemotherapy cocktail because they had to drop my immune system down to where they then could manage it because I was very, very sick. I had a horrible autoimmune disorder. He's lying. Rainbow shoots out of his head when left uncovered for too long. Yeah, and there's a lot of drugs that fuck up your there's a lot of drugs that fuck up hair growth. There was a while I didn't think I'd ever be able to grow a beard or a mustache again. And it was only in the last about the time I started the channel. I was able to start growing a beard and stuff like that. And that was 4 or 5 years after I came off the medication they had me on. Don't diesels have less moving parts? Well, they don't have spark plugs. I know that. And I know they last longer. I will tell you something. My father was a mechanic, and I don't do a fucking thing with cars. I am not that guy that's going to be like, yep, I can work on your car. I can do this. I can do that. Not me. Not the kid. You know why? Anybody that had a father that was an actual mechanic knows they're complete and utter assholes to do anything with. And therefore you don't want to learn anything because they're just impatient and want to get the fucking job done. You can't even hold a flashlight right for a fucking mechanic. Like a full-time professional mechanic. The only thing I've ever done, I used to turn brake rotors, change spark plugs, change spark plug wires, change air filters, and change the oil. That's it. Never would I ever say that I could work on a fucking car because I fucking can't. Because my father put a bad taste in my mouth on that because every time he's like, you should come out and help me with this so you can learn. And I come out there and the only thing I did was hold the flashlight and apparently I didn't do a good job of it. So I was like, fuck it. What was this? You remember, yeah, you do remember insurance salesman Mike. He was well-groomed, a dandy of a man. Not that really that well-groomed. I just trimmed it. I was still an asshole. I did wear a suit. I had a suit. I have several really nice suits. I really do. That I've purchased over the years. So my oldest son is a mechanic at a car dealership. No, like I said, I'd do brakes. I would do my own brakes. Okay, I'll do disc brakes. I will never do drum brakes ever again. I did drum brakes one time. I was like, I disc brakes. Yeah. I fucking, I did, I did, I did brakes and I do my own brake pads and shit. And I always use a pair of fucking channel locks to compress the piston. And I was the fucking auto hobby shop one time. And there's this old dude named Wally that used to work there. And he goes, "There's a tool for that." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I got it." He's like, "No, not channel locks." And I was like, "It's disc brakes, just compress it. And then you put it in." He's like, "No, there's a tool for it." There is a tool that you use to compress that piston on that. And it's way more complicated than using a fucking pair of channel locks. Pair of channel locks, put a fucking flat piece of aluminum in there so you're not fucking up the piston. Like make it a set of soft jaws, squeeze that in, and then fucking do. Yeah, that's easy. I tried to use that fucking tool. It's all weird. It looks like a brake pad. It's got a fucking thing. You screw. I was like, fuck this. And so while he wasn't looking, I fucking grabbed a piece of aluminum, that little piece of that aluminum sheet. I squeezed. I was like, yep, channel locks. Told you I had the right tool. I did drum brakes one time, and I will tell you that was about 3 hours of cursing and swearing and unhappiness and gnashing of teeth. And then I realized I still had an entire other side. I had an entire other side to do. Drum brakes are fucking, and now I will tell you that they give you a lot of braking power. But I'm going to tell you, fuck that. I'll never do it again. But I used to turn rotors. I knew how to use that machine. Like I did it at the auto hobby shop for guys. I was like, I'll fucking turn your rotors for you. I was like, yeah, I don't know how to use a machine. I was like, it's pretty fucking simple. It's pretty simple. It's even got markings on it where you're legally not allowed to go any further down. Like it prevents you from breaking the rules. So new cars, most new cars in the rear, the piston has to be turned while pressing back in. That's what especially. Yeah, but this wasn't. This was just like, these were just the fronts. We had that Dodge Durango we had disc brakes in the front, drum brakes in the back. And that's the ones I did those. And I was like, never doing them again. And so I did that, but I got tired. The Durango had, so what it was it was a Dodge Dakota pickup truck frame that they put a bigger engine in and then turned it into an SUV. And so the brakes were getting stressed all the time. And I just kept getting you get that little because the brake rotors were warping. And so what I did was I bought the racing rotors, the slotted and drilled, and never once had a problem with it again. I never had to turn those. I never once had to turn those those slotted and drilled rotors ever. Like we had that car for years. The late just turning the rotors. It's a simple job. One of the new electric SUVs, drum brakes for the back. I think the wife's car uses drum brakes, the Prius, because of the way it charges like your brakes charge the battery. I'm not sure how it works, but I think it has drum brakes. So yeah, guys, it's coming up on time. I'm getting ready to looking around to see if there's anything I wanted to show you that. Dodge Dakota, not Daytona. Dodge Dakota, not Daytona. So yeah, that's what I was saying. They were warping because it was a heavier vehicle with a great, because mine had the 4.9 liter V8, 4.9 liter V8 that was in the Dodge Durango. So that's a big engine, and then all that extra weight that was on it and everything. So you're looking at a lot of additional weight on that frame for the Dakota, and it had the same brakes and rotors. So that was a lot more. That was a lot more stress on them, and it was a common thing, and people said it a lot. And they sold those aftermarket ones, and they were fucking great. Like, they worked really well. I miss that Dodge Durango. If I had a vehicle, like if I won the lottery, I would buy that exact year and model, same color. If I could find the one we owned, I would. I loved that car. It was great. I would take that car and I would take it to someone and be like, I'd find that exact model and everything, the one we had, and I would take it to a mechanic and I'd say, I don't care what it costs. Make this like it was when it left the floor of the plant. Interior, fucking paint, fucking engine, everything. Make it like it was when it left the factory floor. And that would be my big expense. Like my wife and I have talked about this a lot of times. Like if we ever won the lottery, there's not a lot of real big expenses. Like I would buy a house, not a big house, modest house. Like I don't need a big house. Like I don't need a big fancy house. I just need something to keep me from getting wet in the rain. I would buy whatever car my wife wanted, and I would buy the Dodge Durango that we had before. Like those would be my big things. Yeah, eventually I might like take some money, but like most of the money that we would make, it would go in the bank, we'd live off the interest, and eventually I would like to have a Corvette one day. It's not a thing I have to have. I'm pretty happy with my Volkswagen. But if I could get that Dodge Durango, if like I had the funds to get any car I wanted, the first thing I would do would be go get that Dodge Durango back. I loved that car. It was easy. It was fun to drive. The only reason we got rid of it was because it literally got 18 miles on the highway, 18 miles a gallon on the highway, and like 5 in the city here in San Diego. And I was putting $48 worth of gas in it every day. And I'm like, we have got to get rid of this fucking car. So no one has ever won the lotto and bought a Dodge Durango. Well, you're looking at the only person that would do it. Like I have said that for years, and it's an honest thing. Like I absolutely would love to have that car back. I literally was sick when we had to give it up. I loved it. And it had the third row seating. It was the first car that I ever bought outright. I bought that car outright. It was the first car I ever bought outright in the United States. I drove it from Ohio to California. We drove it all over California. I drove it from California drove it from California all the way to Texarkana for a rodeo one time and then drove back. It was a great car and it was comfortable to drive. I never had any issues with it except we had a problem with the front diff because it was 4-wheel drive. Front diff shit the bed. You know what? There's another car. I had a 78 Chrysler LeBaron. It was the first car I ever took a girl on a date in. And it was a great car. It was a big old fucking boat. We dropped a 440 Magnum out of a Roadrunner in it. When my buddy wrecked his car, we took his motor because it was just the ass end that got torn out of his car. Dropped a 440 Magnum out of an old Roadrunner in it. And that was a great car. And it was a great, great car. And it was first car I ever took a girl on a date in. The nice thing about that car is it would seat 8 comfortably and 10 uncomfortably. And you could get 12 in it if 2 people were willing to lay in the trunk, which you could do. So, and it was a sleeper. It was maroon with a white vinyl top. And when I would take it out to the quarter-mile track, people would be like, I'll race you. And I'm like, you don't didn't even look under the hood, didn't look at the engine, nothing. I'd start that motherfucker up. It was a 4-speed transmission with a Holly Dual 4 in it, Holly Dual 4-barrel. And that motherfucking car would just come to life and you'd see him go, I fucked up. I won a lot of money with that car. That was a good car. It was a great car. Then I sold it. I sold it to my aunt's husband when I left for the Navy, and he fucked it up. And then my dad got it back and cleaned it up and turned it into a quarter-mile car. Like put a Hurst slap shifter in it. Fucking did all kinds of shit to it. And fucking had to put wheelie bars and shit on it because it tried to stand on its ass end. It was a fucking great car. I was in Ohio. It's a long drive to TJ from fucking Coshocton, Ohio. Nathan I see? Who? What? Tempered Trail says the Durangos are our fleet vehicles at work. I like them. Those are the new ones. This one was an old one. This was like I think this was a 2001 Dodge Durango that we had. It's fucking great. It was black. Fucking air conditioning. It had front and rear air conditioning controls and everything. It was fucking great. I loved it. And we had third row seating, so you could get a fucking ton of people in it. Like when I started working for Lockheed Martin, Polly knows this. When I started working for Lockheed Martin, they didn't have a vehicle for us. I drove all the watch crews out to their posts in my own personal car. And then I did travel vouchers to get the gas money back. Lockheed Martin paid for my gas. So I will say that Chrysler Baron was the first car I ever had sex in. And I'm not gonna lie, you could live in that fucking thing. That thing was huge. Like I'm 6'3". And back then I was I grew like 2 inches after joining the Navy. So I was like 6'1". And I could lay in the back seat and take a nap. Like I used to do that at work. When I'd take my break, I'd go out and lay in the back of my car. Does Polly know boho? You mean Bojo? Polly doesn't. Polly was in the Army. I met Polly after I retired. Polly worked for me with Lockheed Martin. He was there. He was one of my subordinates. I got him his job, and then kept his job for him. No, but Polly doesn't. Polly was in the Army, and Polly's significantly younger than me. So, but I miss my 63 Panhead, but I can't ride anymore. I can't ride a motorcycle anymore either. I had a motorcycle here for a while. I had an old Harley Davidson Fat Boy that I brought back from Japan with me, and it was at my friend's house for years. My back just got bad enough I couldn't ride it, and so I put it up at his place, and he was taking care of it. I told you can ride it, do whatever you want. I kept insurance on it, and he was like, one day I was like, I'm going to sell that bike. And I was like, bro, do you want to buy the bike? And he goes, I would love to buy the bike. And I was like, I'll tell you what, you give me I bought that bike for $300. You give me $300 for it. It's yours. And he goes, that's a nice bike for $300. I was like, it got passed down. It was one of those, like somebody transferred to Japan and brought their motorcycle with them. And, I bought it from a guy that had bought it from a guy that had bought it from the guy that transferred. So it had been a pass me, like, hey, I'm selling my bike. How much for it? I paid like $6. How about you give me $4? And this guy was like, I bought it for $4. You want to buy it for $4? I was like, I'll buy it for $4. And I bought it for $4. And then I put fucking heated the hand grips on it. I put heated hand grips on it while we lived in Yokosuka, and I did it drunk. And the switch I didn't put it in right. So the switch never worked. So they were on all the time. And you're like, Jesus Christ, those things got warm. Like on a summer day, you're like, fuck, those are hot. Your hands are all sweaty and shit. So you basically just had to, I clipped the wire and I put a bayonet fucking connector in it, like a speaker connector on a hot wire. And I just disconnect it in the summer. So I worked for Lockheed Martin years before they danced with Martin. Decent company to work for. I got paid. I'm not gonna lie. I got paid. They paid me way more than they ever fucking should have for what we were doing. Ever. I have vertebrae that have fused on their own. I have ankylosing spondyloarthropathy, also known as bamboo back. On my right side of my spine, at the sacroiliac joint, the bones have fused themselves. On the other side, they haven't. I get all kinds of weird muscle spasms because my muscles flex, or the bones flex on one side, and on the other side they don't. So it causes a lot of weird muscle spasms. So guys, it's Friday. Go spend time with your friends. Don't drink and drive. If you're watching this at the bar in Indiana, I'm sorry, it's probably closing time now, and you're fucked. And I apologize that my friend made you watch this for the entire time that you were here on St. Patrick's Day. So, guys, I love you all. Check out Coffee Brand Coffee. And I owe you something before we go. We have one thing that I said I would give you every time we do a live feed.
They call me Cuba Pete. I'm the king of a rumba beat. When I play the maracas, I go chick chicky boom, chick chicky boom. Yeah.
Guys, I'm out. Here's your parting shot. Take it easy, and I'll see
Hey y'all, anybody got any quarters? Check it out. I can't make the horse work. I got the change.
I give up.
I did it for you.